welcome to Afrisponsible. My name is Robert. Thank you for joining us. As usual, we request you to like, subscribe, send, spread like wildfire. The question is, are dead people killing us? Yeah, you heard that right. Are dead people here in Kenya killing us? If you consider there are 400,000 people who die every year, that is about 275 burials that takes place in every ward in this country, or about 1,300 or 1,400 people who get buried in this country, everywhere across the constituencies in Kenya. The question is there a possibility that some of the diseases that are killing people are actually coming from the people that we're burying because of how we're burying people? Think about it. Formaldehyde, which is a chemical that preserves dead people in the mortuary, causes cancer. It's a carcinogen. And we are burying people everywhere on this land and in this continent. Not having specific places where we are burying people, are we on a daily basis drinking the very same chemical that were preserving the people that died, drinking that chemical because it's leached into the water tables? How many burials have you attended and you realize that in the same homestead there is a borehole? Could that be the reason as to why cancer cases have risen? Because we do not have a strategy on how to, and allow me to use this word, to dispose ourselves when we pass on. And with the chemicals that we are using, if we think about all the chemicals that we use to preserve people and the coffins, what they are made of, including lead, which is neurotoxin to kids. And then we have water tables that are contaminated where our rivers are flowing, or basically that water is going to flow into our rivers so that we tap that water and we take it and we tap it into our homes. And dangerous still, that there are people who have borehole close to graves and are probably on a daily basis. That's what they're drinking. But the question is, what should be done? Isn't it time for us to start thinking that we need to have specific places where we bury our dead? If we do not have proper places where we bury our dead, then our dead are killing us. So when you think about the cemetery, whether it's Langata, which is full, every place in this country had a location, a specific location where we were supposed to be disposing our dead. Is it time to start thinking that the whole idea of sending somebody home, having people rest home, is outdated? In fact, it should never have been in the first place. Because the whole idea of having, think about it, and when I say that with a lot of love. Because in every funeral, we talk about, if it's me who die, people are going to talk about Robert's remains. So what are those remains? They are so dangerous that everybody is going to start handling me with gloves when I die. So if somebody cannot be simply just allowed to touch me because basically I'm infectious when I'm dead and I've been injected with chemicals that are dangerous, shouldn't we start thinking that how we dispose me when I die should not be close to where there are water tables, where basically you're going to be drinking stuff from me when I'm dead. And that is going to have you join me sooner, because the stuff that preserved me so that I am properly preserved until my burial can cause cancer in your body. Isn't it time to rethink that? To start accepting that we need to have special places where we bury our dead. If we don't do that, it is not going to be punishing anybody but ourselves, because that's where cancer is coming from. Some of the cancer that we're dealing with And for the politician, unfortunately, instead of looking for the root cause of the cancer that we're dealing with, whether it's from the weed killer or if from formaldehyde that is coming from the way we are burying our dead and contaminating our water tables, they will build cancer centers because it's visible. The deaths that are prevented from happening, there is no statistic. But the cancer that I treated for 3 months before the person with cancer dies, it's visible because we can say we have a hospital. This is preventive medicine. How we bury our dead is actually preventive medicine for the rest of us. It's the same way we do not dispose the things that we use in the house. If you allow me to use remains that we use for the cabbage in the house, we don't just dispose it anywhere because we know it's toxic. This is more love than it sounds. It is actually not only properly disposing the people that have passed on when I pass on, but it's also caring for the people who are left behind. That is something that need not continue, and we, all of us, need to change the culture of thinking that when we bury our dead in a cemetery like Langata, the mindset is in many cultures is that we are throwing them away. But it does not mean that we should not address the indignity that is found in such places. That there ought to be proper way of making sure that our dead are protected, the graves that we buy or use in those places that are communal or public, they are well protected and our dead are protected and we can be able to go and visit them. That can be worked on. But having the cultural mindset or barrier or impediment that burying somebody in a cemetery is throwing them away, that we actually need to change. Because if we do not, then we will continue having this number go up of 400,000 people. And I'm not saying that those 400,000 people died from cancer or died from whatever, but I'm just saying 400,000 people on average die every year in Kenya. And those on a daily basis, those are people who are contaminating our water tables and coming back for more with cancer that is devastating families and probably what killed the people in the first place. And that's something we can change. So I pray and I hope that this starts a major discussion in this country, in this continent, on how we bury our dead. Otherwise, I'm going to ask the government to issue a warranty on any Kenyan who is found dead. Yeah, I say that. Yeah, nobody is allowed to die from today until we figure out how we're going to dispose ourselves when we die. Yeah. So you have a warranty right now. Nobody should be dying until we figure that out. Otherwise, we're going to ask everybody to be arrested if they're found dead. Before you go, I've written 4 books about all these things I'm talking about. They're available at Nuria, and I'm going to post them right here so you can see. And again, if you'd like to support the work we're doing, I'm going to put my number here just in case you want to, send some coffee or get in touch with me for talk shows or for, engagement. Thank you very much. Preventive medicine. Robert here at Afrisponsible. See you in the next one.